Hi. Apologies for the shitty low light vibe, but I truly have nowhere in my room that's good for camera setup. Um, so I'm just about 2 full weeks post-op. Very exciting. Haven't posted a video because, frankly, I've been way too vulnerable. And I made a really horrible mistake of reading through some of the comment section on my last video in my first week of recovery. I think it was like a couple days post-op, and it got my heart racing so bad, and I was just like, oh, this is a mistake, I need to stop. Yeah, like, some of y'all are really mean, like really mean, and I would love to say that it doesn't affect me, but it does, for sure. I'm a human. And I really want to get to a place where it doesn't affect me as much, where it just rolls off of me. But I mean, I gotta keep it real. That's kind of my whole thing, and it sucks. It really sucks. It's really mean and brutal, and I don't appreciate it. And I don't even know that it's a good idea for me to be acknowledging it, because I feel like it will just create more hate because I'm giving a reaction. But I don't really care. For those of you who aren't out there hating, yeah, like, I'm not immune to this stuff. Nobody is. Doesn't matter how strong people say they are. Like, it hits you somewhere, and if it doesn't, it's because you've probably had to work on it, or you've been through enough of it for it to not hit you the same. And especially the fact that I'm so physically vulnerable right now, it just adds to that. So that's been hard. So I did record some videos through the process, and during the first couple days of post-op, but then I quit because I saw the videos and that turned me off of YouTube completely for a little while. And I was just like, no, I'm too fresh, baby. I need to take care of myself right now. Obviously, I need to prioritize my own recovery over making YouTube videos for other people. People pleasing. Hello. Yeah, so eventually I'll edit them together, the videos that I did take, and I'll post them on here, but I'm in no place to do that yet. I don't know how, so I'm not even going to try, but eventually they'll be up. But yeah, ultimately, I'm really stressed. There's a lot of other stuff going on in my life that's really stressful, that I'm trying to figure out. But, I mean, the surgery went awesome. My surgeon is awesome, like, seriously the best ever. I'm in Nova Scotia, Canada, and my doctor was Dr. Nadim Jukadar, who just flew out from Toronto and joined the team and is now like leading the top surgery team out here, and he is phenomenal. Like, I could not say enough good things about him. Every single step of the way, every interaction I've had with him, everyone on the team, it's like I'm blown away by how incredible these healthcare professionals are. And yeah, he's just as sweet as baby. I just love him so much. So yeah, so if anyone is in this area seeking out top surgery stuff, and you see that name, Dr. Jukadar, like, a gazillion thumbs up to him because he's phenomenal. So don't even doubt. Yeah, I have my post-op binder on. I'll show you. He recommended I wear it over a shirt because it's really hard and the edges can like dig into your flesh and it can kind of hurt. So he's like, what was recommended is to wear like a shirt under it that you don't care about, like a cotton shirt or something, just to, so it doesn't dig the same into your armpits and stuff. So I have to keep this on all the time for like, it was supposed to be 6 weeks post-op, but the first week I just was all bandaged up and I had the drains in. Oh my God. I have drain news. I don't even know if I want to tell you. Don't let it scare you away from top surgery if it's something you really want to get. But I didn't realize that the drains, like, I thought the drains just like, they went in at your side and then bloop, bloop, bloop. They just collect your fluids. Great, no problem. You have to empty them like 3 times a day. Just keep an eye on what's coming out through these like tubes. My recommendation would be to get, you're gonna only be able to wear button-up shirts really for the first like week, at least, maybe more depending on how your healing goes. If you can find a button-up shirt that has 2 breast pockets, then you can easily fit the drains in the breast pockets. and you can feed the tubes like up and through the buttons, like where you button them up. You button up down the middle and have them kind of feed through so that the drains don't get caught on anything. They're like protected under the shirt, between your body and the shirt. But then you have the drains come out, you put them in your little pockets so you can easily. Some people also I've seen, they'll get like a lanyard and wear that around. And I thought about doing that. We couldn't find a lanyard, and turns out the shirts I had worked well enough with the pockets, my little exo boobies, as I called them. And they were fine to deal with. Like, you know, they kind of look gross when you're like looking at other people doing them, but when you have to go through it, you have to go through it. The hardest part is the surgery and the recovery itself. I mean, there's a lot of hard parts to deciding about top surgery for yourself, but anyway, you can do it. I know you can. What I didn't know is that the drain doesn't just go in, it goes in, and then it goes all the way along your incision inside of you. So I had 2 6-inch plastic tubes like in my body for a week. That is disgusting and horrible, but also amazing medicine. I think that's fascinating. And so when you finally get them removed, it's about a week after. I got mine like a week to the day after, and I didn't have to go under anything. It didn't really feel like anything for him to take it out, which I was kind of surprised by. And I didn't look because I just like had me lay down. But my partner was in the room and he was watching, and he was like, "Oh my God." And I was like, "What?" And he was like, "They're like 6 inches long in you." I was like, "What?" Like I had no idea. But after I got them out, I found that, you know, while my mobility is still restricted because of all the healing and the scars and the skin and everything, I was much more able to like move around. I felt a lot less vulnerable in the chest area. Having the binder on, it feels kind of like, you know, oh, I've got my like suit of armor, so you feel a little bit more protected, which is nice. Yeah, so just the first week is definitely the hardest. Pooping is really important. Prunes, I was able to get by with prunes and like just eating a really like good diet, lots of vegetables and stuff in it. Warm fluids, keep everything moving and warm. A lot of water, definitely very important. But yeah, like if you can, good to have a laxative on hand, like an insertion one or an oral one or a stool softener or something, just to help, because you're really not going to want to be constipated and then straining and being scared of popping the stitches. And I don't even know if that can happen, but like for me, it was a mental thing. So pooping is, you know, everybody poops. We all must, and it can just be complicated after surgery. So just keep an ear and an eye out for that. They prescribed me like opiate hard drugs for pain if I needed them. They gave me the prescription, but they said to just take Advil and Tylenol, just the max you can, extra strength, which ended up being every 6 hours I took an Advil and a Tylenol, or like the off brand of whatever that is. And honestly, I found that that was plenty. And I took it consistently for the first 4 days, I think, like that. And then I kind of just let myself see if I could go a little bit longer. Anyway, I was expecting to need a lot more pain meds, that it would be more painful, but I guess they also put this like extra long numbing stuff in. So for the first few days that I was healing, it was also completely numbed, but the pain meds still helped. And anyway, all of it together meant that I wasn't in a ton of pain, which I'm really grateful for. And like it's tender now and sore. I'm not taking any pain meds, which is great. Yeah, probably within the first 6 days, I was able to get off the pain meds, which was awesome. And again, I think a lot of that also had to do with the drains. Excuse me, just being really uncomfortable. And now that the drains are out, it's like, okay, now it's just my body doing its thing. Itching, if you don't already know, when like injuries like scars or wounds or things like that, when they are healing and they start to itch, the itching sensation is the sensation of your cells regenerating. So it sucks and is annoying and everything, but if you can just remind yourself that when things are itching under the bandages or under the binder or whatever, that it's literally just how it feels when your cells regenerate. Like, you know, when you get a tattoo, if anyone's had a tattoo before, you get the tattoo and then it starts itching after a few days. That's because the cells are regenerating. It's the same thing. Same thing anytime you get a scab or whatever. If it itches, don't scratch it. But that's what's happening. So if that can help your mental brain part, then good. Yeah, otherwise things are good. Like in terms of the recovery, I'm really trying not to overdo it. I overdid it yesterday, but I realized that at the end of the day, and I'm like, okay, today I need to objectively just do the least amount that I can. So that's what I'm trying to do. I'm definitely an overdoer. And I've had help, but also some of the help has been more stressful than helpful. Because, you know, people are people, and so am I. And anyway, we're figuring it out. Yeah, I just wanted to post a little video update. Like I'm alive. I'm not dead. I hate some of these comments. They're really hard for me to read, so I'm just not reading any of them right now. Some of you are leaving really beautiful and really kind and wonderful comments, and I don't want to close off the comment section because I realize that for some people, like, you know, the baby trans voices or the supporter voices, like, that's great. I really want to be able to have a space for that, but I don't have the mental capacity to look through the comments and filter through the ones that are really horrible. I'm too vulnerable right now to do that. So I just want to say that. I'll leave them open for now. So comment what you comment. But yeah, anyway, just a note about that. So much love to all of you. I hope everyone's doing well. Happy December. I can't believe it's actually December. That's crazy. Also, I get to take the binder off on January 1st, which is pretty cool if you ask me. So I'll start off the new year nice and fresh with no boobies. Yeah, and I'll make another video about the going off of testosterone thing because I also have things to say about that, but I kind of want to keep these shorter. I try to keep them at 10 minutes. This one's like 12, but anyway. Thanks for watching. Have a really good night, and more to come. Okay, bye.